wanna run away. I think I'll go back to that place I stay. Play on the server the TimeShot way.
Hello people, it's Poet, and I am in the Steam room. And this is kind of what I was talking about, Steam coming up using the glass blocks. And I actually kind of like the idea of using the glass blocks, because even if you're behind it completely, it really doesn't encumber what's behind them, like the signs and stuff. So I started using a combination of like a light gray and a white stained glass, and I think that that actually gives it a little bit more depth than just putting glass down somehow. It's almost like different levels of glass, you know what I mean? And I always like that kind of element. So that's basically it for now. I almost wanted to say, like, do I give the smoke or the steam kind of like a shadowing? And that's sort of what the light gray does. So I think that that does a pretty good job of it. I'm not going to go crazy with the glass. I just wanted to test it out over there, test it out over here, and then I'll do the other ones as well. And then of course we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or so, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So another one will be right here, and one right there, and so on. So that's not all that I've been working on. I wanted to show you guys. I still have to finish this. I think this is going to be my next project, is finishing this main pathway, which I think will really make this place look more completed. And then after I'm done this main pathway, then we can finally start work on the walls, which I do kind of, I have something in mind. I don't build in creative, like you guys know, to mock up designs. I know that quite a few builders do that, where they'll build something completely in creative first. I think B-Reese does it, Nasia does it, Fabe does it. A number of people do it, okay? A lot of people. They build it in creative first, and then they go and they transpose it here second. The only time I've ever done that with this whole entire design was, I think, for these pillars. I sort of like mocked up how it might look to see if I could get this depth look going. And then when I was mocking up this design here, I was trying to do different shapes in creative to see what it might look like, and then just threw them all together in a circle, because otherwise I wouldn't have known that they would all fit inside of this big circle. So that's that. I'm looking at this, and I almost want to say, like, there's got to be a way now to give this even more depth. And I just thought of a way, and maybe I can show you guys. I can show you guys, because I got the blocks here. So we'll just run to a crafting table. And while I'm over on this side of the donor hall, I wanted to show you guys some work that I've been doing in here. So I've dug it down quite a few more levels. Right here I've dug down to, I think that's level 30, and then right there I dropped a hole. I don't want to fall there. That hole goes, I think, right down to level like 10 or 6 or something like that. It's like, it's an insane hole. Links up with my old what's it called, the strip mine, blah blah blah. Couldn't think of the word strip mine. So that hole leads up with my strip mine, and then you can just exit it out there, I guess. But, like, this is the thing, is I've got this thing in my mind, like I wanted it to look. So I wanted to have, like, when you look down, I wanted to just see, like, cross sections of different, like, pathways and stuff. And then at the end of each of these pathways, I'm going to have some kind of a, well, I don't have the blocks for this, but I'm going to have some kind of like a monument to all the patrons, which now I've got, I think, 13 of them so far. And that's tons. That's a lot. But if we do it this way, this will be 1, 2, 3 right on the first level, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, just with like these first couple tiers of these weird pathways. I don't think that we're gonna run into a huge problem. Like, I don't envision ever having like 50 to do for Patreon, because that's something that people donate every month. And I think the people willing to donate individual times, like the people who are in these rooms, there's going to be way more of them, obviously, than the people dedicating a month each month. So I think if I do it this way, it might work. So what I've done is I've laid out these cross sections, and then I was like, well, we can't just have cross sections. That looks sort of weird. Let's see if I can add some spruce. So I started with these pillars in the corners, and I was like, well, why not have support beams going across? And I started adding support beams underneath these to look as though I'm holding it up in some way. But now that I'm like looking at it, I sort of don't like that idea. Like I would almost take this whole midsection down. In fact, let's maybe start doing that. Let's play around with this a little bit. And then I'll show you the depth idea I got over there. And then I got to take care of a bunch of donations. Like, you have no idea. Just tons. Tons. So I'm going to get to that. In fact, I don't even think, like, I have 10 signs with me. I think that's enough. And that's crazy. Like, I think that this is enough, what I brought. But I'm not even sure. So I'm going to have to double check. Because I just realized right now that I've got some individual donations as well. Which is cool. You know, people, they don't want to dedicate an entire, like, month to month donation. You don't have to. I mean, just because I'm on Patreon now doesn't mean you have to go out of your way and donate once a month. Like, that's crazy. People who do that are crazy. Crazy good, crazy amazing. I love them, but they're crazy. But yeah, if you don't want to, then you don't have to. Like, there's nobody forcing you to donate every single month. You can just go ahead and go in and donate once, and then that's cool. That's fine. So there are some donations like that as well that I had completely forgot about. I'm not going to go through all the Patreon pledges yet, because the way that it works with Patreon, and this is something I didn't know, but apparently it's a very common thing with all kinds of these pledge systems, these tip jars and stuff, is that they don't charge you when you pledge to someone. So like if I go up to, I don't know, Simon and Garfunkel, let's just say, old band, old band, say they've got a tip jar on Patreon, like, please support our band, and I say, yes, I want to, and I will go on there and pledge, say $5, $10, whatever, per month. I don't get charged that until the next month, because I guess the reason for that is if I have pledged to more than one person, it makes more sense that it takes the money out of my account once a month rather than for every single person that I pledged to. So that makes a lot of sense, right? But for me, it makes it a little difficult because then I have to manage all of the rewards at the first of the next month. So like if someone pledges February 2nd, then they aren't going to see their reward until, at the very earliest, it'll be March 1st. And that's if the payments are processed right on March 1st. So I didn't know that that was a thing. So the way that it works now is that I won't be putting Patreon or patrons, the people who pledge on Patreon, I will not be putting them into the hallway here, donor hall, until their payment is cleared, basically, which makes sense, I think. There we go. So I could have like this. I'm just looking here. I could have like this. And that way, when you look down, all you will see are like the cross sections, and then the spruce cross sections as well. that might not look too bad. It would probably cut up the pattern a little bit, adding these spruce along the sides like that. I kind of like that. And if I had some torches on me, I guess I could make some. I'd light them up because these get very dark and scary and bad very fast, which is something I realized in working in here, is that bad things like to spawn on top of these platforms. That's why every single one of them has a torch now. But I want it to look not ugly, so I gotta kind of like put them in a symmetrical way in some way, but I'll get to that later. Oh, bad things could spawn down there too. Oh well. Down there I don't really care. What have I done here? I've put the pathway across, just the last thing I did, and now I don't have a real easy way up. I'll figure it out. Alright, so ladders will be the way of travel, and that's why I had those pillars in the beginning, because it's cool enough to have like all the different people at the end of these columns, but then like what do we do for a mode of transportation up and down? So I'm thinking of maybe I could go right in the middle here, take out these 4 blocks here, 5 blocks, 1 2 3 4 5, and then make like a spiral-ish stairway through the whole system. But even that doesn't really help too easily. I don't know. The fact is, I don't know. I've started building this monstrosity of a thing with all these different tiers of things, and the effect I want is like a dropper map. Because you remember these maps I used to play with lLiiam way back in the day, Dropper and Dropper 2, where you'd go and start falling, and all you'd see were these like cross-shaped patterns, like, not cross-shaped, but like these sections that were like crisscrossed all around the place, and you'd be falling through them. And I want it to look like that when you look down. Like, I want it to look down to almost bedrock and just be crisscrossed patterns all the way down. That's what I want. That's my goal. So, with that said, yeah, it's from there I don't know what to do. Like, I could put ladders along like the sides here, ladders down here. And that'll let you get to these sections, which would let you get to those sections. But how would you get to these sections? I guess I'd have to put ladders there and there and there and there also. That might work. It would hurt my brain to have to put new people in, but you know, worth it, because if it looks cool, it's all worth it, right? So let's get on to this idea that I had, and for that idea I need some stairs, and then I need more cobble. I really wish I had some dirt in that chest, but I'm completely out. How am I on? Feather falling 4. Got it. Okay, so my idea is at least in these sections here, these between the bridges, maybe in these as well. But what I would do to give it some depth, oops, I didn't realize, go like that. If I'm going to be tearing these apart, I'm going to have to move the torch down on all of these. Okay, and I'm going to go like this. And what I'm going to do instead is like this. Hi, Faber. Hi. Alright, so... Oh, I can't pillar there. Let's go up like this. And then up like this. We're making a mess, I know, but this is just an idea here. I don't know if I'm going to like this idea, so just bear with me here. We're playing around with it. So there's my idea. Is it good? Is it what I wanted? I kind of don't like the fact that the torch is actually back there and lighting up through the stair block. That sort of annoys me that this light here is there. Light here is there. So that's my idea. I don't know. Like if I could put stair blocks so that the smaller parts right here and then the bigger parts right there for like these stone bricks, that would look really amazing, I think. Do you know what I mean? Can we do that? Hold on. I'm gonna play around here for a second with this. Like I can go like that. That's not what I want. I want the thick part to be this part right here. And it can't be done. Like it just can't be. Like even if I go like that. Well, I guess I could go like, no. No, because I want this to be the thin part then. Ah, it's so impossible. What I want is like a thick part on this vertical line here, sticking out like this. And I want the thin part on this vertical line right here. So like this part, and then this part should be thin as well. Why can't we have that? Why can't stairs go like this way? Do you know what? Do you see what I'm trying to say? Like, I want to be able to look at it like this. Like, if I was looking straight on at this stair, I want to be looking at it like this, where the thick part sticks out and the thin part goes in. I want that to be this block right here, looking at it like straight ahead like this. Do you know what I mean? And then that would make this whole middle part way more, I don't know, it would have way more depth to it. This alone, it has depth, that's for sure. But almost too much so. Let's go up and look at it from the top. And then let's get to these donations. So, I mean, as I said at the beginning, you heard it, is that Patreon is up. The link is in the description. I'm putting it in all my videos. Whoop, I almost fell right back to the bottom. Patreon.com/PoetPlays. And yeah, it's up. So the rewards I'm going to be modifying over time, especially over the first few months. And so basically, like, if I say, like, okay, to get an NPC in my dinosaur world, $11 a month. That's what I actually had it to. Actually, originally I had it to $15. I don't like that. I don't like that. I had it to $15, and I ended up changing it to $11, and then I ended up changing that to $8. It is now. So basically, like, if you donated the $15, let's say someone did, nobody did, but let's assume someone did. If you donated the $15 to get that tier, and then I reduce the price, like I'm telling people, like, you have the right to go in to Patreon once you've donated, and you can change what you've donated. Like, it's not set in stone. Say you say 1 month, oh, I can afford $8 a month, and then the next one you can only afford $1 a month. You can go in and change that. You can go in and take it out completely. But if someone's pledged $15 and I then reduce the thing to $8, they have to go in and change it. So I'm telling people, be watchful of what I'm doing with my tiers. Like, if you're donating a certain amount just to get that tier, then be watchful of that. And I also said to people, like, in a blog post on my Patreon page, like, don't ever donate more than you really truly feel you want to pay for the service. Like, that's the bottom line, is that don't look at it from like I'm paying this for this reward. It's a donation at the end of the day. And so, you know, only donate what you feel is right without any reward, and then go from there. And then likewise, like if someone has donated less and then I up the price of something, which hasn't happened yet, but say the Dino NPC perk is like $4, and then I say, you know what, too many people are getting this. I need to put that price up so that I'm not working myself like a dog. If you donated the 4 before I made the change, then you'd still get that perk. Like, I'm not going to rip people off that way. So, like, my goal isn't to go out and rip people off of money. That's not the case at all. The money doesn't matter. It's the support really that matters. So that's what it's all about. So it is up and the perks are there. They are subject to change. I've been asking people like, what should I do for rewards? And haven't really gotten a lot of replies. I've put some out there and I want people's opinions. Like, what do you think of the rewards? What do you think of the pricing? Do you think that I'm asking too much? Do you think I'm asking too little? Do you think that it's very reasonable? And so on and so forth. Like, this is all a learning experience for me. So go in, scrutinize it, critique it, tell me what you think. And now let's get on to the other donations. Man, money, money, money. That's all that Poet talks about anymore. But it's such a big part of my life right now. And I don't want to be like, you know, oh, I'm so greedy, I'm going to go out and buy my Lamborghini tomorrow and ha 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 ha, running to the bank. Like, I have a family to support. I might not live with them. I'm in Canada and they're in Michigan, but I support this family. And, you know, next month, I will literally be making $0 for myself. Zero. The only thing I have right now are my savings. And my savings are what's going to pay for my mortgage next month. The month after that, I'm not sure. The only money I'm getting for next month is what's on Patreon right now and whatever people donate. So, I mean, that's why it matters to me. That's why it's such an important thing to me right now, right this time. And I totally understand it if you don't like hearing that kind of stuff, hearing about donations and that kind of thing, because you get flogged for it all the time. Almost every creator out there on YouTube, they all ask for something. They all say, you know, you can support me in this way and this way and this way. And I've gone over it in many videos explaining why people do that, why YouTube doesn't pay us anything for doing what we do, all the hard work we put into it. And like, it's so understandable that people are like thinned down, because we'll have like a charity stream, a charity drive, and we'll raise $1,600 for wildlife and for cancer research and for water for impoverished countries and for building homes and things like that. We've raised money for charity for all over the place. People give and give and give and give, and then we ask for more, and it gets kind of ridiculous, and I apologize for it, but you know, I think that at the end of the day, we all just love doing what we do on YouTube, and we don't want to see that stop because of something so stupid as money. So, you know, I put it in perspective. I was like, you know, I said this in my dinosaur video, my latest dinosaur video, which I feel like I didn't word very right. I know that the target audience of my dinosaur videos is like mostly littler kids, smaller kids, and here I am, I'm talking about Patreon and money and supporting and that kind of stuff. And it just, the whole thing felt so wrong to me to do. And I hope that like now I can kind of go through and give it justice. I was going to go and do the donations, but then I'm continually talking about this. Let's go dig while I talk about this a little bit more. But basically, I hope that I can now sort of put it into better words about, you know, what we do and why we do it and that kind of thing. But, you know, at the end of the day, we're just wanting to continue doing what we do, every creator out there. And I was putting it into perspective on the dinosaur video. And what I said is I compared it with Netflix, you know, like, or a service like that. There's now Show Me is another one. And there's a third one that I heard about too that I can't remember. But it's another like Netflix-ish service. And then there's things like Apple TV and all digital direct downloads, those kinds of services, iTunes and whatever, where people are willing to pay 99 cents for a single song and things like that. Granted, 99 cents for a song that you listen to again and again and again. If you donated $1 a month to me, you get to watch my videos again and again and again. I mean, you do anyway. That's the thing, is that, you know, if you don't pay $1 for a song on iTunes, you really can't listen to it unless you're going to pirate it or just watch the video on YouTube over and over and over again. But that's why I've been calling Patreon like a tip jar. It's more of a tip jar than anything else. Like, what do you feel my content is worth? And this is the debate I had before I even started Patreon. I think I even said that I would never do a thing like Patreon. Because I just felt like my content wasn't worth it. It sounds silly to me now, because I do put a value on what I make. I try to anyway. I don't want to be like egotistical about it or narcissistic about it, but I do put a weight on what I do. I do feel a pride when I tell people that it's my job, that it's my career, that it's what I do. I edit videos for a living. Oops. Hey. I heard the footsteps of that Enderman and it completely blanked my mind. But I feel pride when I tell people what I do, and so I should put a weight on it, you know? It's like, I used to have a lot of friends who were in fine arts in university and stuff, and they would even in university learn that their artwork had a value, that you should never value what you make as art at $0, that you should never give it away for free. That's what they learned right in the university, was like, let's not just give our stuff away for free. You worked hard on this art, and yes, it's art, and the whole world should enjoy it, but get your money's worth from it. For commissions, get paid. For displaying it, get paid. For selling prints, get paid. You know, like, they learned that. I feel like these videos that I make, they are my art form. They're how I express myself. This whole, let's put it this way. Minecraft is my canvas. These videos, they're the paint. And you guys, the supporters, are the paint brushes. Is that a good way to say it? I don't know. I just made that up. It probably doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but like, if I don't have any paint brushes, then I can't paint the canvas. It's sort of, I don't know. Maybe it's stupid, but it made sense in my brain at the time, so I'm going to stick with it. But like, yeah, that's kind of how I'm looking at it now, is that I do hold value to my stuff. I don't get paid for it, really. Like, YouTube gives me 55% of the revenue they make on my video. So like half. And you know, that's what I get paid. That's what I have to live on. So I can now say that I also get paid by the people watching. Like, they are giving me something back for what they watch. You look at services like Netflix. This is what I was talking about earlier. I didn't finish that thought, but Netflix or iTunes or what have you, and like, I'm willing to pay. I pay $8 a month. I think even more. I think it's gone up, but I think I pay like $8 a month, roughly, for Netflix every single month. Do you know the last time I even watched Netflix? I think was like, oh God, it's got to be like 4 months ago. I'm going to say 4 months ago was the last time that I watched Netflix. And I pay every single month $8 for it. Just in case. Just in case I watch it. If I was watching it every single day, I might be willing to chip in a little bit more. Like, there are services like Crunchyroll out there, which provide anime to people to watch. And again, it's a paid service. You got to pay every month in order to watch the videos on there. But it's like, there's a value to it. And this is why YouTube started with their whole YouTube Red thing, because from a content creator's perspective, it actually kind of makes more sense. Like, if you pay because you feel you watch the service often, and then I get a chunk out of that, that's amazing. That's incredible. So, you know, I think I'm totally for that whole YouTube Red mentality, and I almost feel like in the future I could see all of YouTube becoming that way, and then content creators would have to, they would actually, unfortunately, I'm gonna say it's unfortunate still, they'd have to pick and choose. What do I want to show to subscribers? What do I want to show to the people who don't pay every month? You know, and that's how they'll make their revenue. So you'll see a lot of different collaborators and content creators and video makers suddenly be behind this paywall. I hope it doesn't get that way, but I can almost feel it getting to be that way. And you know, the silly thing is that YouTube could just fix this whole problem by paying us more. They could fix the whole revenue problem by just giving us a little bit of a bigger cut. 60-40, you know, and suddenly I'm making enough more, like more money at least, enough to live on. But instead they come out with this YouTube Red and blah, blah, blah. I'm going off on a tangent either way. The deal is that, like, I pay over $100. It's actually $89 plus tax for my internet every month. For my cell phone, which I just text on basically, I pay about $100 a month. For my cable TV, I pay, I think it's up to $70 a month. And I watch it for like maybe half an hour a day. And it's $70 a month. And I was doing the math, like, if people donated $1 to me every month, that's 3 cents per day, roughly, on average. It's like 3.3333 repeating, but it's like 3 cents a day. And I was thinking, like, so many people go out for coffee every day, get their Starbucks every day, and that'll cost you like $2, you know, because, oh, I got a cookie with it, you know, oh, now it's up to $3.50, and that's every day. Every month it's probably like, well, it's well up there. It's gonna be like $100 or so. Ooh. I'm in Fabe's tunnel that he pranked me with. So, like, I think about all the things that people, I'm gonna go out and say, waste their money on, and I'm like, why don't people waste their money on me? If everybody wasted their money on me, then, you know, I would be able to support my family. Like, that's the crazy thing. And for like a lot less, if they wasted their money a lot less on me, $1 a month, 3 cents a day, you know, it's crazy, crazy, crazy how little it takes to make a big difference. But yeah, the unfortunate thing is that everybody's got to be on board with it. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So that's kind of the explanation of it. Hopefully you guys kind of can understand why so many content creators talk about it, why I've been talking about it ad nauseum, and just kind of, you know, I don't want to keep flogging it. You know, I don't want to keep talking about it over and over and over again. So this is really going to be one of the last, if not the last, talks about it in detail. I mean, if you have questions, you can ask them in the comments and I might answer them in a video. But I guess the reason I'm talking about it now is because, yeah, Patreon is up and running now. I've got 13 patrons, backers, and I think they've pledged just over $100 now, which means my second goal is already met. The first goal was to get a private server up and running. That's going to happen next month sometime. Actually, I need those, I think. And the second goal was to get better designs at a shirt shop. I actually should have probably made that goal a little bit further stretched, because I'm thinking like, okay, a server itself for all the people will probably cost me about $50 a month. And I'm not even kidding. That's what it'll cost. So all the money from Patreon goes right to the server. For getting new artwork for like a shirt shop, a merchandise shop, one drawing can cost $50. So the goal was $100, but it's not like 50 and then you raise another 100. It's up to another 50. So I kind of got the goal wrong, but I'm not going to change them. I think it's all right where it's at right now anyway. I will still try to get another, like, the merchandise shop up on Society 6 within the next month as well. So we've reached the second goal. It's crazy. Let's finally get into the donations. It's been a long video, so let's just fly through it. Now this room right here, I'm actually going to call it something. Now how do I do this? I have to kind of like, I shouldn't have put all the blocks away that I had, because now I need one. But let's go grab a stone brick if there's one in here. Yep. One. There's literally one in there. Okay. I'll grab these two just in case I need more. Okay, Steam room. And the reason I did this is crazy. This guy is crazy. I'm going to put a room right here, and this will be called the Hall of Dren. So this is the guy who had donated twice. He had one there and then one here for, I think this was Black Mesa, and this one was Stonehearth. So since then, he kept donating games. Like, this guy just kept donating and donating and donating games. Especially when the Steam sale hit, like the new Steam sale that they got going right now. As soon as it hit, like, all the games that were on sale on my wish list basically was like gift, 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 gift. And so I was thinking to myself, like, I'm not going to make, like, just continue this forever and ever and ever, and it'll just be his name all along one side. So let's just break off into a separate room. So we got the Hall of Dren here, and then we go into here, and these are the games that he's donated so far. So let's put these, I think they're all iron blocks. I think all of them. One of them came very close with Sonic Lost World, was like a $40 game almost. But I think most video games we're going to see are iron blocks. Some of them, like these ones, the Witcher 3 and Ort, that was I think a $50 game at the time. So they've basically, Ort is free now, I think, isn't it? Like, do they give it away for free? Whatever it's called. What's it called? Boundless. Is it free yet? Anyway, I think most games are going to be iron, so that's why I got a lot of it on me. So he has donated since then Sonic Lost World, which I've started a series on, because that was my intention. When I put it on my wish list, I was like, I've played other Sonic games, like Sonic Generations. I loved it. I want to play Sonic Lost World. Put it on my wish list. He picked it up for me, and I made a series on it right away. I keep saying that it's not going to be a guarantee. Like, if you get me Star Wars Battlefront 2, I'm not going to be making a series on that. Or Bit Blaster XL, which I've unlocked every single ship in Bit Blaster now. That's not going to be a series. Probably not Dino D-Day. I don't know about Primal Carnage. But either way, when you're donating games to me like this, there's no guarantee whatsoever that I'm going to make a series on it. That just so happened to be one that I was. Evoland 2, I don't know if I'll make a series on it again. I don't know. I haven't really played it at all. I haven't even installed it yet, so it's just a game that I've wanted for a long time. Salt, again, same thing. Don't know if I'd make a series on it, but it's a game that I've wanted for a long time. It looks very interesting, kind of Minecrafty with different graphics, and I don't know, it looks pretty good. Onikira, definitely wouldn't make a series on it, but It looks like fun to me. Kingdom, same thing. Distance, same thing. King's Quest. I don't know about that one. That one's interesting. King's Quest is something from my childhood. All the King's Quest games. And this is like a remake of it, I guess. So it has kind of like a sentimental value to me. I may do a series on it. I may, but probably not. I don't know. That's something I'll have to decide. So anyway, this is the Hall of Dren. I'll probably have to keep going this way soon. Wow. He was killed by Banana Band Jake? Is he trying to move him somewhere? That's hilarious. I'm going to screenshot that. All right. This is the wall. This is the wall as far as I can go. So I can't break through that wall. That wall right there, that dirt, is like the column inside of the middle. So I have to start going this way now in this Hall of Dren if he ever donates anymore. And I get the impression that he probably will. So let's go this way now with other people. Not that they're more important or anything, but they all have individual messages. So let's read them out. This one. Let's go through my emails now. Where do I start here? I have to I have so many emails. Okay, here we go. So the name is Evan. That's all that I got. If you want a different name, let me know. And he got me Fallout 4. That I think is that's a gold block, isn't it? I think I'll give him a gold block anyway. I think it was at some point worth quite a bit. So I'm going to give him a gold block. Wrong way. I'll give him a gold block. Because even if it was on sale, I did say, like, I'm not going to put the block that indicates the sale price. I'm going to give the actual price. Oh yeah, I made another portal, by the way. This loud old thing. It looks like the nether behind it too, which kind of looks cool. I'm not done though. I ran out of blocks and time. And then I put the lava down and it was a big mistake because now I have no way of finishing all the blocks there. So I'm going to have to remove all the lava again. But anyway, we got a portal. Yay. All right. Oh, yeah, and I mean, if I would appreciate it if you guys stayed to the end of the video while I go through all these donations, because they mean that much to me. But obviously, like, this is the main talk of the video was everything that I talked about up to this point. Now we're just going through the donations, so you know what? Crap. If you guys don't want to watch anymore, you know, I'm not going to force you, but, you know, thank you right now anyway. If you do leave. I hope you don't. Let's put that there. So Evan got me Fallout 4. And he left a message and it says, I've been watching your videos since your very earliest dinosaur videos. I thought that after all this time, I should give you something back. So he got me Fallout 4, which is absolutely amazing. Actually, it does have... It has a name. I don't know if he wants me to use it, but it says Nostalgic Potato is his username. I probably should have used that instead of Evan. But he can let me know, I think. That's why I always ask, like, in your message, tell me what you would like on the sign, right? Next one. Okay, where's my... I couldn't find the window. Next one is right here. I think it's like this and like this. If I'm reading this right. Oh, and one there, I think. So let's go like here. Let's go here and let's do, this is from Razor. And it's kill the plumber. Kill the plumber. And it's basically like a Mario-esque. Where you play as the bad guys, or you play as like I don't know how to word it, but the plumber is obviously Mario the plumber, and you act as the way to kill him inside of these levels. So that to me sounds like a really cool twist on Mario-esque style of gameplay. So I'm gonna really enjoy playing that one. Next up, oh, did he leave a message? Yeah, it says, hope you enjoy, and I will totally watch you play this. I wish I could do more for you, but hashtag underpaid. Don't read this on camera. Oops. You gotta put that before you write something, man. Oops. Well, anyway, good luck with the marriage, he says. And thanks. Or maybe he said he didn't want me to read good luck with the marriage on camera. I don't know why you would. Well, whatever. I read it all. Deal with it. So there's from Razor. And I'm looking through my games again. Here's one. All right. I recognize this guy. So this is from Lord Pig Steve, who has donated in the past. Oops, I didn't finish the sign. Who has donated actually in the past. He's in this hall somewhere else. Although it might be under a different name because he's had multiple names, like When Pigs Fly and all those kinds of things. But Lord Pig Steve, he got me Loot Hero DX. Kind of like Zelda DX or something, I guess. When they just add DX, Deluxe is generally what that DX means. And he left a message and he says, just want to say you are awesome. I haven't been able to donate to the donor room because of work and things. Have fun with it. So again, it's a good excuse. Is like, you know what? Maybe you can't donate money for some reason, but hey, I got a Steam gift card. Or I could donate a game, you know, that I just so happen to have a gift copy of or something like that. Or maybe you picked one up for a really, really, really cheap on like Humble Bundle or something. There you go. So it is a good excuse, the Steam room. And that's, I think, why we're getting tons and tons and tons of donations like this, is because games seem to be very much easier to donate to people than just money, it seems. But anyway, thank you so much. So next one, and I think this is the last. No, this isn't the last one either. This is, who is this? What is this? I'm starting to type without even knowing what it is. Here it is. Okay. Okay. So this is from French Fried Flowers. Oh, I can't even fit it. French Fried Flowers. French Fried Flowers. And they got me Never Alone. So Never Alone is that Inuit game, I think it is, called like it's like an Inuit word. It's like Kisma something. I can't speak their native tongue, so I don't know what it's actually called. Ingichuana, Kisima Ingichuana, or something like that. Anyway, it's called Never Alone, and it's about a little boy and a fox. Platformer type of thing. It's pretty cool. I looked at it. It looks pretty cool. It's been on my wish list forever. And he left me a message that says, I hope you enjoy the game. You are a great YouTuber. I hope you continue playing games. Well, yeah. Or it's a she. It's a she. I was saying he, but I just read the email, which I'm not going to repeat, but it's a she. Thank you so much, French Fried Flowers, for getting me Never Alone. It's been on my wish list forever. So that's going to be cool. And I guess because I put the iron block over here, let's just go right here. And this is the last one. And it is from someone by the name of the Destructo Tor. Okay, I got it. Okay. The Destructo Tor. Destructator. And it's reveal the deep with an A. Yes, I was typing that. Okay. And they left me a message and says, I'm a big fan, and I think you'd enjoy this game because it's mystery and stuff. Keep up the great work. Yes, that was one that was not on my wish list, but they thought that I would enjoy it too. So I think that one wasn't on my wish list either. And I think all the others were. So, again, thank you so much to those out there who donated video games. There's never, ever, 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 ever a guarantee that I will play these on the channel at all. Even if your message says, like Razor here said, I can't wait to watch you play it or something like that. There's no guarantee that I will play those games on the channel. But thank you so much for taking time out of your day to donate something like a video game, which, you know, everybody out there, we all have video games in common as our interests, I think. Everybody watching clearly has a video game as their interest. So thank you all so much for sharing games with me. And some of them I do play on the channel, and then you can watch to your heart's content. But thank you so much for all patrons who have recently started pledging money. You can too. The link is in the description. And from there, we will see you next time. Sorry for the long video, but hopefully you guys made it through it. I appreciate every single one of you, whether you donate or not. I want that to be clear. And we'll be seeing you next time on TimeShot. Bye-bye.